Welcome along then, ladies and gentlemen, friends of G Addict Racing League. Welcome back to the penultimate round of this championship, as we're here for the G Addict Formula 1 Grand Prix du France in 2022 on the F1 22 game. We are at Le Castellet at France on the Paul Ricard circuit for the 9th round of the championship, the penultimate round of season 1. It's a very tricky circuit to drive, but a very fun one. It's the 5.8 kilometer Le Castellet circuit, the top speed and 2 DRS zones, which will be very important for the race. 15 corners, the race lap record for Sebastian Vettel in 2019. So take a beautiful look at the end of the back straight, turns 8 and 9, the tricky chicane and the blue and red lines to guide the drivers into the correct spots. As we take a look at the starting grid for today's race, as we have Jamie who lines up on pole position and DC slotting in on P2. Looking down onto the rest of the grid, we have Sefka for the Mercedes on P3, Antrax Robin in the Alpine on P4. The Red Bull duo of Regic and Mr. Vex respectively in P5 and P6. Then F1 Kit in P7, Dancing Rain in P8 for the Aston Martin. P9 goes to Jordan in the McLaren, TTV Bob the Shark in P10. P11 goes to Red X and Boshi slots in at the back of the grid. Well, let's go down to the track and let's see who comes out on top today.
It's 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 red lights for the French Grand Prix. Lights out, and away we go, and this is the better starter. Yes, it is, of course. Those medium tires worked perfectly, 4 right behind with Radex on the inside, and everyone got out cleanly. Yes, there's a moment behind with the Alfa Romeo, and oh, there's some contact between McLaren, I think, and I don't know who the other was, but there was some contact, maybe a replay soon. But now this is Jamie's P2 and might be trying to getting his first place back. There's a yellow flag behind, another crash happened. We might see some replays now. Jamie is really close, as he goes defensive into the mid-throw chicane. Jamie on the outside, which now turns into the inside. And Jamie side, but you see, with a super traction out of the chicane, gets the place back ahead of the Ferrari now. Jamie slots behind the the Aston Martin, and might be trying here in the turn when Charles Leclerc crash. No, he doesn't. So this is P1. Jamie maybe on the inside here. This action and then finish it. Now he's finished with the P1. Jamie is P2. Sefka is P3. And I think Antrax is P4. We have the onboard from Mr. Vex on the start, where we see F1 Kid ahead and some nice battles. And this is Jordan getting into the back of Mr. Vex, but I think that's a Red Bull fault because he didn't leave the space. I think this is the second crash with Bob the Shark. There's F1 Kid there getting spun, or he's spun by his own. Radek sees him now. There's also Rishi getting him, but there's Bahem behind. Yeah, they see actually is carrying along this train with Jamie Sefka. No Antrax, no Antrax, no Antrax. Antrax spins at turn 2 and from 4th falls down to 10th. Oh no, Sefka has spun from 3rd place, no! Yeah, these three are so close to each other. Radex is F1 Kid and Boshi, and now F1 Kid might be trying to go on Radex into the last corner. Radex doesn't see him! There's some contact. F1 Kid in his spins. Now Boshi gets past the Haas. Yeah, of course, they are all three into a battle. With now Radex is trying to do something and goes wide. Boshi tries the attack, but now it's F1 Kid who goes into the inside, now turns into the outside here and might be doing a superlative combustion. Some slight contact, another slight contact. F1 Kid gets pushed wide he seems to get pushed by basically everyone. I'm sorry, F1 Kid, but now goes into the outside, throws it to the inside, and it's a clear move for F1 Kid into the last corner and gets him up into 4th place. Radex is on the defense again. It's F1 Kid going for it now. He defends very late to the corner. Radex is not driving that much well today. F1 Kid goes around the air. Oh, there's some contact again. I feel like Radex has some kind of desync or what? Because that's not natural defensive. That's defensing from him, sorry. Okay, so we have a replay from F1 Kid rear wing POV where we see Boshi going around the side of Radex. Radex goes wide. Oh, Boshi! Oh, ultra aggressive on getting the place. Now Radex actually big push on the corner. Now goes wide and Boshi might be trying to go on the inside on last corner. Oh, that's the contact again! Oh! Frontal contact! It stays into the slipstream. The other Aston Martin goes into the inside there, side by side here. Great action. This thing goes off the track for keeping the position. Those medium tires totally are dead. And now Jamie's on the inside. Jamie is on 1st position now. Jamie's taking the lead, but you see, fights back the Ferrari now. Goes into the curb. There's some contact between the two. This I think got way too throttle happy on that curb, but still they give each other a big fight. I hope this doesn't come out like Kota did. But you see, he's again on the attack on Jamie. He wants to get the 1st place back, which he does now on the inside of turn 1. Goes deep and regains back the place. Yeah, they are basically the same distance as before, 3 times is less. So Jamie now might be having an easier attack on the Aston Martin. This he goes again defensive, not that much offensive, but Jamie is still going around the outside here, who's now turns into the inside, but they see ends around the outside of the corner. Oh, Jamie some wiggles, too happy with the throttle, and now goes again into the inside here. Great fight between these two drivers, who's now DC tries again now on the outside to defend his position. Now he doesn't go off track, but he's still side by side, and Jamie's back ahead. But then you see again as the inside line interior. This is a photocopy of the last lap, but now Jamie doesn't go on the outside, and DC gets the place. Replay from Anthrax, who's attacking Jordan into the Mistral chicane. He's loving this place. This man is loving this place. Gets the overtake done. DRS is open. Might be another try as we see Seth gets DNF'd. Jamie goes onto the inside as he doesn't defend because he wants the inside here. Super brave under braking for the Aston Martin. He didn't close the door, and now Jamie goes again to the inside. This is not defending here, and this might be an error, or he doesn't want to stay on the inside into the next corner because he knows he will have the outside. He's flashing, but still Jamie goes into the inside here. This might be a close one between the two of them. This is still ahead of Jamie. It's incredible, this defensive driving for the Aston Martin driver who now is flashing. He has no ERS. We are on board and going into the pit lane DC, so maybe they realized, yeah, it's too late, we need to box now. And Jamie now is coming back ahead, no, behind, sorry, of DC. We got actually hard tires. He got to warm them up, and now Jamie is only 1.4 seconds behind. That DC strategy didn't work that well. Now Jamie needs to get basically 6 tenths back, and needs a shot, a very powerful shot for the win. I mean, not even one lap. Jamie is back at the back of DC, going out on the outside the scene. DC now defends the inside. Jamie goes dashing around the outside to see the fastest position. So close to each other. Great scrap between the two of them. This is keeping the fight on the outside, but Jamie gets the place. And now, yeah, I think it's an easy race from him. Now DC needs to overtake him back if he wants to defend this first place, but I think the tire disadvantage is way higher. Now DC has the DRS, but Jamie is a bit too far from him, a dive bomb might be too aggressive. He goes for it still, but doesn't get it done. So, and while Jamie was attacking DC, there was a battle between F1 Kid and Anthrax, who goes around the outside of the Ass Driver into the Mr. Chicane. There's a side by side into it, and Anthrax gets the place. Yeah, he does. On the Ass. Oh no, he doesn't. He's still behind. F1 Kid and Anthrax going again side by side into the Mr. Chicane. Now Anthrax didn't get the overtake down, but might be going at Sting for the overtake. Let's see. He's not fast in a straight line. He must have super high wings compared to F1 Kid. He's going for it. Oh, the cycles. Anthrax. Super close fight between the Alpine and the Ass. There's a side by side into this few corners. Goes Anthrax on the outside. Oh, they are so close. It's a super fight for the 4th place. And F1 Kid still gets ahead of him now. Rijik has come to join the battle. And now Anthrax is going again on F1 Kid. He's inside at the pistol chicane. And now he's still side by side. There's a slight contact. Right, front right with rear left. But is still Anthrax completely hidden behind the Ass. And now he's going again into the inside here. This is a great fight. Anthrax is on the inside again. And that's a position gained for Anthrax. Sorry, my voice is totally gone. F1 Kid still there. Oh my god, this is so close. But Anthrax now has the place, but has the outside. F1 Kid is still hanging on in there. Goes F1 Kid into the inside, so turns to the outside. But Anthrax doesn't get the occasion for getting the overtake back. Oh no, Anthrax has no DRS. He needs to sacrifice his whole battery for getting not attacked by Rijik, who goes around the outside at turn 1 and getting the inside to turn 2. But Anthrax is still ahead. Yes, it is. Oh jeez, look at Anthrax again. He's super close to F1 Kid for getting into the 4th place. But he goes around the outside this time, and he was ahead for a brief moment, and now might be trying to do the switch back, but he's still on the outside. F1 Kid defends the position. Now Anthrax has gone from attacking F1 Kid to defending from Rijik, who's coming super fast. Oh, this side goes Rijik, a super dive bomb for the Red Bull driver, who gets up into 5th place, and now Anthrax, the 2nd spin of this race. Rijik now on F1 Kid. This is incredible. Rijik on the inside again. F1 Kid gets the switch back, but now Rijik might be getting the switch back into Sin. But he's flashing, yes, no ERS left. But still goes on to the inside of Sin. And it's Rijik who gets the place. There's a contact, 2 contacts. But F1 Kid hangs around the outside, but Rijik is ahead. And F1 Kid is fighting back into the next corner. There's some slight contact, which is... Oh, where's Jamie going? Jamie into the pit lane. Why Jamie pitting? He lost the place to DC. No, DC is coming as well. What are they doing? What are they doing? They both into the pits. They both want the fastest lap. Jamie took a risk here. Yeah, soft for Jamie and soft for DC. I mean, DC had the chance for going for it, but Jamie was ahead of him. He was risking the race. Superb race from Jamie. He got the strategy right, apart from the last pit stop, which I didn't get at all. But still, Jamie now counts across the line to win the French Grand Prix ahead of DC, 2nd place, and Mixer X in 3rd, who gets the 1st podium for his team.
Ring ding 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 ding.